How does free and accessible education provide empowerment for all? This is going to be the last piece of this unit, and why empowerment for all is important. When communities can hold teachers, administrators, and government officials accountable for the inclusion of all children through formal institutional mechanisms, and these institutional mechanisms should be part of educational policy, should be part of regulations of school documents, and so on. Unless teachers, administrators, and government officials play their part in making sure that inclusive education is provided for our students, empowerment for all is not going to happen. When students are outside the classroom, when young children who should be in schools are not in schools, empowerment is not going to happen. It cannot happen. Community members become more interested in school improvement and more willing to commit their own resources to the task. This commitment may include forming partnerships with outside contributors. Yes, a lot of this cannot be done alone. It cannot be done by one individual or one organization, and therefore partnering with like-minded individuals and like-minded organizations where 2-3 groups come together and work for the common good, which is inclusive education. Work for making sure that every school-age going child is in a quality classroom, receiving quality education. Empowerment for all is not going to happen. According to the World Bank, programs that expand the access of excluded groups to education have led to important shifts in mindset among community members and government leaders regarding the contributions that those groups can make. We'll stop here for a minute before going to the next slide, because a lot of important stuff is right here. When these excluded groups, schools and organizations that have tried moving away and bringing these excluded groups into inclusive classrooms have shown positive results. Not easy, time-consuming, lot of effort needed, but have shown positive results. And there's a lot to learn from those success stories. And if we learn from the pitfalls and mistakes other previous groups and schools have made in trying to bring about inclusive education for their children, I think we will be on our way to empowering all. And so groups can make to society. This is where change processes and empowerment go hand in hand to move towards free and accessible education for all learners. When we learn from what other individuals, what other societies, what other nations have done, we can learn from them. We don't have to start from square one. We can start from where we want to start, depending on how much we want to learn from other sources that have already experimented with inclusive education. If we want empowerment for all our children must be receiving an education. This first unit dealt with the complex enterprise that education actually has become in the 21st century, with lots of trends that we would like to follow from the real world, but focusing also on issues that are extremely unique to our educational situation. If we want truly good education, we will have to address our own issues, try and work out and look at the trends that are floating in the real world today and see how we can bridge the gap by addressing our issues and incorporating those trends from outside into our education, so that all our students will also experience quality education, achieve at the best, and have better lives for themselves in the future.